Ravish Kumar, Madhuteran, Kapesh Yagnik, and Raghu Karnad, as well, along with the moderator Amrita Tripathi. Thank you so much.
So I'll go in the middle.
Ma'am, you need to take this. Raghu, I'm basically going to start with you.
Sure.
And then
Yeah.
can you start with the exam thing?
Start with it. I think I should just actually let brief a little bit on what the actual essay is about.
Okay.
Primer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to
On what he actually said.
take it. I'm going to take it.
Okay.
Are we all set?
Yeah.
Guys, is our audio okay? Audio, no.
Yeah.
Everyone, can you just check? Is this better? Okay, mine. Better? Audio? Yes. Okay. So gathered today here on this stage, really some of the greats of journalism, I have to say, and it gives you a lot of hope for a profession that's been much maligned. And of late, we've seen a lot of criticism and questioning, which is, the way it should be when it comes to the press. I think specifically in India, we're grappling with a lot of these questions. I'm going to ask Raghu Karnad, who's actually read the essay we're going to be discussing, for a little bit on what we're talking about in terms of the medium as a message, and then we'll get right into the fray.
Great. Well, first of all, it's a privilege to be on stage with these three journalists specifically. I'm barely a journalist myself, but it's a great pleasure. So a friend of mine just reminded me of a scene in a film that puts Marshall McLuhan, who's the author who invented this phrase, in a good perspective. And the film is Annie Hall by Woody Allen. Yeah. I'd forgotten it, but in the film, he's in it. So Woody Allen is standing in a line, and someone in front of him is talking about Marshall McLuhan, and the medium is the message, and pontificating. I'm sure a lot of you, I can see a lot of heads nodding. And Woody Allen's like, this is completely wrong. I wish Marshall McLuhan was around and could just show up and correct him. And Marshall McLuhan obviously walks into the scene and walks right up to the fellow in front of Woody Allen and corrects him and says, what you've been saying is nonsense. This is what I actually meant. And then Woody Allen turns to the camera and says, if only all of life was that simple. But it's not. And it was about 50 years ago that Marshall McLuhan published this essay and introduced this phrase that has just resolutely not gone away and is, if anything, only increased and deepened in terms of its relevance and its sort of intense significance in our lives. It's a very intricate essay, and it's only about 18 pages, but it's possible to summarize it, hopefully without getting it wrong, like the guy in the line. And essentially what Marshall McLuhan was trying to communicate back then, and would probably still be trying today, is that the message of any new medium or technology is not its content, and it's certainly not what the intention of the people using that medium is for good or for evil. It's something, it's sort of beyond content or conscious intention, and it's about the changes it introduces to the pace and the pattern of human affairs. And I suppose we'll be mainly talking about informational media and communication media. So in that context, the pace and the patterns and the scale of communication. But when Marshall McLuhan was talking about it, he was actually talking about anything that could be described as a medium, which included very significantly at that moment of time in 1964, television, which was newish as a mass medium in America, and civil aviation, which was just expanding and turning into something that was a very common experience, but what hadn't been prior. 50 years have changed, and we have completely new technologies that are dominating and transforming the pace, the scale, and the pattern of human affairs. But what McLuhan would probably have wanted to say is that this rule has applied since the beginning of time. And for him, the metaphor he uses, or the model he uses for the medium that is the message, is an electric light bulb. He says an electric light bulb is pure medium without message, it has no content. Once electric lights were invented and once it could go on, an electric light made everything in a room or in an area visible. And that was the medium. The message was incidental. Sure. It was just whatever was already there.
And thank you for that, actually. And as we're going to be obviously also talking about what's disruptive now, we've gone from that sort of era. Nigel actually is going to be weighing in on the automobile industry as a big disruptor. We'll be talking about that as well. And to follow up from what Raghu was saying, I'm going to quote from one of the analysts about McLuhan's statements. And basically, they're talking about how we don't see immediately, as Raghu has said, when new technology comes about, what the consequences are. So you have these unanticipated consequences, as they call it. And I think relevant to many of us on the stage, here's what Mark Federman has to say about newscasts. He says, the message of the newscast, the message is not just the news stories themselves, but a change in the public attitude towards, say, crime or the creation of a climate of fear. So when you're talking about certain kinds of reporting, Madhu, and I want to bring you in on this, when you look at just pure news reporting and the way it's done, oftentimes reporters and editors, we don't actually get into what you're creating and what's going on beyond that actual story itself.
Yeah, I think, can you hear me? I think that's more true than ever. I want to take it forward from what Raghu said. This quote, I think, is relevant, that McLuhan argued that new technologies exert a gravitational effect on cognition, which in turn affects social organization and social interaction. And what I think what we're seeing today, because there's a fear of being old-fashioned, or being accused of being a Luddite, we are embracing new technology in a way that is affecting our social interactions. It's affecting how time has changed. The concept of time has changed completely. The speed of it, for example, because of the internet, insider trading, it's impossible to even catch. So there are changes that are taking place. More than anything else, I think in the infosphere, what we are seeing is a smog of technological and electronic, which includes television, a smog of messages coming from journalism, advertising, entertainment, and government. And we're bombarded with it. And I think that many years from now, possibly, and I think people in Europe are already doing it, promoting Slow Europe, there has to be an assessment on how much of technology, how much time we spend on it, and how we use it. Because obviously there are great uses for rural reach, for medical health. We've seen that it's very effective in saving young mothers from aborting their babies because of ignorance on how to take care of themselves, pregnant mothers, and it's decreased the mortality of babies being born who die in the first month because of ignorance, and the cell phone has saved them by giving them messages even though they can't read. It is audio. So there are many good uses to it. But when you think of the fact that, and I work for a website, newslaundry.com, and technology is the biggest thing that I work with. However, I think it's time to step back, and I wish McLuhan was here today, but I really believe that it's time to step back and assess what is it going to do to us. For example, in 1977, Rose Goldson wrote in a book called Show and Tell Machine. She said in 77 that we are breeding a generation of human beings that are going to learn more words from a machine than from a mother. Now, that may be great in terms of numbers of words and how complicated the words are, but are we going to assess what it does to the relationship between a mother and a child? I think those social interactions are extremely important to look at. And I think it may be too late by the time we're just hurtling headlong into this liberalization and technology, and everything is so terrific. It is terrific. But we still, like everything else, there has to be a chosen balance.
And it's so interesting you're talking about this because, pioneering with News Track and so on, you've also seen the transformation TV news has had to play. Ravish is going to actually help us make this a bilingual session. Ravish, I saw your interview actually with Madhu on News Laundry when you were talking about how you've seen the change in perception of journalists in your career itself. And again, Ravish, of course, is one of the most widely regarded journalists of our generation, but you've also seen how people's perception has changed along with the news business.
कुछ बदला है और काफ़ी कुछ एक ऑर्गेनाइज तरीके से भी बदला जाता है आजकल जो
Audio.
आवाज़ नहीं आ रही है मेरी ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है कमाल है अभी रघु ने एक बात कही कि मैं उसे हिंदी में बता दूं कि ये मैक्लूहन साहब जो हैं इनका काफ़ी लहूलुहान हो चुके हैं और ये कहते हैं कि एक कमरे में बहुत सारा सामान रखा हुआ है वो सामान तब तक कोई मैसेज में नहीं बदलता जब उसमें बत्ती नहीं जलती सरल हिंदी में लेकिन क्या होगा जब कोई उस बल्ब को एक ऐसे कमरे में लगा दे जहां सामान मैंने अपने हिसाब से सजाया है तो आपको क्या मैसेज मिला टेक्नोलॉजी उतनी ही पुरानी है जितनी हमारी मानव सभ्यता आज हम एक नई तरह की टेक्नोलॉजी देख रहे हैं कभी हमने दो पत्थरों को टकराकर आग निकालने की टेक्नोलॉजी देखी थी और कभी पहिया आया कभी चाक आया सबने वो सब टेक्नोलॉजी हैं जिसने ह्यूमन सिविलाइजेशन को तरीके से बदलता गया है सवाल बदले क्या सवालों का जवाब मिल गया क्या वो अभी तक खोजा जा रहा है उसका कोई जवाब किसी के पास नहीं है हर टेक्नोलॉजी जब आती है तो अपने साथ एक एडेड एडवांटेज लेकर आती है लेकिन हम बहुत ज़्यादा उससे ओवरवेल्म्ड हो जाते हैं प्रभावित हो जाते हैं लेकिन अंत में हम देखते हैं कि फिर कैसे ये होता है कि इतने साल इतनी योजनाएं इतनी सारी ऐतिहासिक करार इन सब के बावजूद भी वो सवाल वहीं के वहीं हैं जो 70% आबादी है वो इन सब डिस्कोर्स से बाहर है तो ऐसा लगता है कि कई बार अब हमें ये सोचना चाहिए कि मीडियम मैसेज है या इवेंट मैसेज है हो सकता है कि मैं एक बहुत पावरफुल आदमी हूं और एक इवेंट को ऐसे डिज़ाइन कर दूं कि वही मैसेज में मल्टीप्लाई हो जाए लेकिन इसका मतलब नहीं है कि उसके आगे या उसके पीछे की कोई इंफॉर्मेशन या मैसेज नहीं है ये इस टेक्नोलॉजी से यही हो रहा है कि एक ओवर पावरिंग इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है इतना बड़ा उसका स्केल बढ़ा दिया जा रहा है जिससे दूसरी रियलिटी हाशिए पे चली जा रही है मार्जिन पे चली जा रही है दो सिचुएशन है कि अगर मैक्लूहन जैसे मधु जी ने कहा कि अगर वो यहाँ होते तो मैं भी पूछता कि अगर मैं गिरीश कर्नाड साहब को देख रहा हूँ तो मैं एक मीडियम भी हूँ लेकिन अगर मैं गिरीश कर्नाड साहब को के साथ इस सेल्फी में देख रहा हूँ दोनों तो मीडियम कौन है और मैसेज कौन है तो इसलिए बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जिसे हमें नए तरीके से सोचना चाहिए कि जो कंट्रोल का प्रोसेस है जो मैसेज का प्रोसेस है और मैसेज के डेमोक्रेटाइजेशन का प्रोसेस है हम कई बार कम्युनिकेशन और इंफॉर्मेशन रेवोल्यूशन को मिला देते हैं दोनों अलग अलग चीज़ें हैं कम्युनिकेशन रेवोल्यूशन हो सकता है लेकिन ये बात अभी साबित की जानी है कि क्या इंफॉर्मेशन रेवोल्यूशन भी हुआ है या फिर इस कम्युनिकेशन के टूल से आप उसी तरह के प्रेजुडिसेस को रीइंफोर्स कर रहे हैं जो आपकी धारणाएं हैं कि अगर आप चोर हैं तो चोर को ढूंढ रहे हैं फेलियर हैं तो फेलियर को ढूंढ रहे हैं सक्सेसफुल हैं तो सेलिब्रिटी को ढूंढ रहे हैं तो ये सारी चीज़ें अभी बहुत अनक्लियर हैं हम लोगों के बीच में लेकिन ये एक नई स्थिति है नई मतलब वो पुराने वाली ही एक रिवाइज्ड है मतलब ये नया इम्तहान है जिसको एक अलग तरीके से समझा जाना चाहिए कि हो सकता है कि अब तो एक आदमी इतना भी पावरफुल हो सकता है कि वो कई मीडियम में कॉम्पीट कर सकता है ना तो हो सकता है कि बहुत सारे मीडियम हैं एक मीडियम में कहीं परसेप्शन जा रहा है एक में इंफॉर्मेशन जा रहा है और एक में कुछ भी नहीं जा रहा है वो इवेंट जा रहा है तो मालूम नहीं कि आप कितने के साथ एक्सेस कर रहे हैं आपके दिमाग में कितना हमला हो रहा है और कितना उसको आप कॉम्प्रिहेंड कर रहे हैं तो मुझे लगता है कि इस धारणा से एक्सपेंशन और उसका मल्टीप्लिकेशन को हमेशा ये नहीं मान लेना चाहिए कि हमारे डेमोक्रेटाइजेशन के प्रोसेस में तेजी आ रही है वो शायद नहीं आ रही है हम डेमोक्रेटिक तब होंगे जब ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन आएगा लेकिन आज भी इंफॉर्मेशन का रिसोर्स किसके पास है रिसोर्स स्टेट ओन करती है क्या वहां से इंफॉर्मेशन का कोई भी प्रोसेस डेमोक्रेटाइज हुआ है? हमें नहीं मालूम, वो बताते हैं तो पता चलता है। तो हमें फिर देखना पड़ेगा ना उसको, या हम पता किए सूत्रों से। तो इसलिए मैं बहुत कन्विंस नहीं होता हूं इस धारणा से। तो बहुत सारे सवाल हैं। अब हमने कभी जाके लाइब्रेरी में पढ़ाई की नहीं इसको लेके, तो जैसे नहीं, वैसे इम्तिहान के दिनों में पढ़ाई की है, लेकिन अब नहीं कर पाते। हाँ, हिंदुस्तान के जो एग्जामिनेशन सिस्टम उसमें सब हम एक ही प्रकार से पास होते हैं, तो उसमें कोई बात नहीं। जी,
That's also another debate. Kalpesh, do you want to just weigh in also how are you processing all of the changes?
सबसे पहले तो ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है कि जर्नलिस्ट लोगों से पूछा जा रहा है मीडियम इज़ द मैसेज। मीडियम इज़ नॉट द मैसेज, कैन नॉट बी। ये बहुत ही अजीब बात है, बहुत गलत बात है, बहुत ख़राब बात है कि जब मीडियम के बारे में इस तरह का ग्लोरिफिकेशन खड़ा किया गया है। मुझे नहीं पता 30, 35, 40 साल पहले जब प्रोफेसर मैक्लूहन आए थे, उन्होंने थ्योरी दी, वो महान थे, उनकी अपनी जगह है, उसके बारे में मैं बात नहीं करना चाहता। लेकिन ये when we talk about the medium as the message, मेरे पास सबसे पहला और जो मौलिक प्रश्न आता है और जो मेरे दिमाग में हमेशा घूमता है, और जब मैं जर्नलिज्म में मैं शुरू किया था, या आप में से इतने लोग हैं वो अपने अपनी तरह से अपने अपने क्रिएटिव अलग अलग आर्ट फॉर्म में होंगे या एक्सप्रेशन के फॉर्म में होंगे, उनका भी ये प्रश्न है, व्हाट दिस मैसेज इज ऑल अबाउट वी आर टॉकिंग ऑफ। ये है क्या, कौन से मैसेज की बात कर रहे हैं हम, किस तरह का मैसेज है ये? क्या इंफॉर्मेशन है, ये कम्युनिकेशन है, कोई नॉलेज है? व्हाट मैसेज वी आर टॉकिंग ऑफ? ये मैसेज जो मुझे समझ में आता है, इफ वी आर टॉकिंग ऑफ ट्रूथ, अगर एक सत्य की बात कर रहे हैं तो वही मैसेज है, बाकी सारे मैसेज बेकार हैं, बाकी सारे मैसेज पीछे पीछे चलते हैं। एंड आई एम नॉट ऑल्सो टॉकिंग अबाउट फैक्ट्स, बहुत छोटा है फैक्ट्स का मामला। the entire quest for mankind is for truth। और ये मैसेज जिसकी बात कर रहे हैं वो डिवाइसेस के थ्रू अगर हम उसको अटेन कर रहे हैं, ग्रेट, कोई इशू नहीं है। डिवाइसेस बने कहाँ से? लैपटॉप आए, पहले कंप्यूटर थे, बड़े बड़े कंप्यूटर थे, कमरे के बराबर कंप्यूटर था, फिर पर्सनल कंप्यूटर हुआ, फिर पर्सनल कंप्यूटर हुआ, फिर नोटबुक हुई, फिर नेटबुक हुई, फिर छोटी हुई, फिर बड़ी हुई, फिर टैबलेट हुआ, फिर फैबलेट हुआ। तो कंटिन्यूइंग प्रोसेस है, अलवा से चल रहा है, आज तक चलता रहेगा, आगे न जाने कितने लोग आएंगे जो बनाते जाएंगे। किसके लिए बना रहे हैं, किसके लिए? ये सारा तमाम सत्य की खोज है, तमाम सत्य की तरफ ही जा रहा है। सुनने में बहुत ही अजीब लगता है कि सत्य की क्या खोज है, ये बिल्कुल बेकार बात है। और जर्नलिस्ट कह रहे हैं कि सत्य की खोज है,
हिमालय में चलना चाहिए।
ये तो सोच ही नहीं सकते कि सत्य की खोज है। लेकिन अल्टीमेटली ईच एंड एवरी एफर्ट ऑफ जर्नलिज्म, each and every effort of any format of expression is towards that only। मैं उसको आर्टिकुलेट कर पा रहा हूं कि नहीं कर पा रहा है अलग बात है। मेरी क्वालिटी खराब है, मेरा अटेम्प्ट कमजोर है, मैं जानता नहीं उसको अटेंड करना, ये मेरा प्रॉब्लम है, मैं गलत हूं, मैं नहीं कर पा रहा, तो मैं कहने लगूं कि डिवाइसेस मीडियम है, डिवाइसेस मैसेज है, सारे मीडियम मैसेज है, टेलीविजन मैसेज है, इसको मानिए। रेल रोड ने दुनिया को इंप्रेस कर दिया, रेल रोड ने पूरी मैनकाइंड को बदल दिया, सभ्यता बना दी, रोजगार खड़े कर दिए, इकोनॉमी को डेवलप कर दिया, बल्ब ने इकोनॉमी को डेवलप कर दिया, बल्ब ने दुनिया बदल दी, संसार बदल दी, तमाम सारा मैसेज बिल्कुल बेकार है। मैं एक पल के लिए भी इस बात को मानने को तैयार नहीं हूं, क्योंकि जर्नलिज्म का अल्टीमेट ड्रीम, जर्नलिज्म का या आर्ट फॉर्म का ट्रुथ ही है। और ये सुनने में बहुत ही खराब लगता है, क्योंकि हमें यकीन ही नहीं होता कि ऐसी कोई बात करेंगे और जर्नलिस्ट करेंगे। क्योंकि ये जर्नलिस्ट के सामने ऐसी बात करने का मतलब है कि स्कूल में एजुकेशन वीक मनाना। तो हमें लगता है कि एजुकेशन वीक मनाना चाहिए। ऐसे जर्नलिस्ट को बार बार क्रेडिबिलिटी, बार बार ट्रस्ट, बहुत छोटे हैं, बहुत छोटे शब्द हैं। इसीलिए फैक्ट्स की तरफ जाने के लिए ज़रूरी है। ये बनाए किसने है? टेक्नोलॉजी ने चेंज किया पूरा दुनिया को। टेक्नोलॉजी जिस तरह से एक्सीलरेट कर रही है, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोगों को कह रही है आओ बताओ और कहो। पहले 4 एडिटर थे जो दुनिया चलाते थे, डू एज दी ब्रैडली डज, ग्रेट वॉशिंगटन पोस्ट, डू एज दी ब्रैडली डज। रोजेंथल ने जो किया वो महान है। अल्टीमेटली हम लोग कहते थे रज्जू बाबू को पढ़िए, प्रभाष जी को पढ़िए, इनको पढ़िए, उनको पढ़िए। पूरी जिंदगी इसमें चली गई. Not anymore. And this is a great welcome change. क्योंकि ये क्वेस्ट हर आदमी का हो गया है अब ट्रुथ के लिए. अब उसको कोई आर्टिकुलेट करना चाहे ना करना चाहे, उसको कोई चैलेंज करना चाहे ना करना चाहे, कोई समस्या नहीं है. मीडियम कहाँ से मैसेज हुआ? ऑपरेशन वेस्टलैंड पे इतना लिखा आपने. तहलका इज एन एग्जाम्पल, इज ए ग्रेट एग्जाम्पल. 2 एग्जाम्पल बिल्कुल दिल के करीब मुझे लगते हैं. एक बंगारू लक्ष्मण, अब तो उनकी डेथ हो गई. बंगारू लक्ष्मण को उन्होंने कैमरे पे पकड़ लिया. Was medium the camera? It was a sting operation. Was sting operation the medium? It was a press conference held later for the country. Was it the press conference which was the medium? It was done for a website, tehelka.com. Was website the medium? कुछ पता ही नहीं है. Every day, second day, everybody carried it. The moment after it was made public, everybody carried it. जो वेबसाइट बनाते थे उस समय दूसरे, उन्होंने कैरी किया. जो मोबाइल पर कुछ चलाते होंगे उन्होंने कैरी किया. जो टेलीविजन पर करते थे उन्होंने कैरी किया. और अखबारों ने हमने बड़े बड़े बैनर बना दिए. क्या मीडियम था पता तो है ही नहीं. मीडियम ट्रुथ ही है, अल्टीमेटली मैसेज ट्रुथ ही है. वो किसी भी मीडियम से आए. मीडियम हमने और आपने ही तो बनाए. मीडियम कौन सा नया आ गया?
And I think that takes us to a broader point. And before we come back exactly to what we're talking about McLuhan's. Do you want to? Okay, go ahead.
आपने कहा कि तहलका में कौन सा मीडियम था. मैं समझती हूँ कि तहलका के जो ऑपरेशन वेस्ट एंड था उनका मीडियम स्टिंग ऑपरेशन था. दैट बिकेम द मीडियम. और जब मैंने किताब लिखी इस कोशिश में लिखी कि सत्य को निकाल सके. मेरी भी खोज ये थी. पर एक आपने अगर पढ़ी थी तो आप देखेंगे कि एक इंसिडेंट में अगर 4 आदमी, एक औरत, 4 आदमी अपना रिकाउंट करें कि क्या हुआ तो 4 अलग अलग इंसिडेंट्स थे. रिकाउंटिंग थी. मतलब everyone had a different description of what the same incident was.
Which is why you used Rashomon as your...
As Rashomon.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was everyone's truth. A journalist's job is to put all those truths of those people forward,
Sure.
and it is for the reader to decide. So how you can decide that my truth has to be the universal truth and there is no medium, because you can't escape the medium. When you pick up the phone, that is a
Facts
medium.
can be very many, truth can be one. Truth is one only. Truth cannot be true. If it is true, then it is not truth.
That
sounds pretty.
I really want. Okay,
that sounds very pretty, but there is no question of a truth being
इस तरह से
absolute.
जोर ना दें कि हम सारे मीडियम को यहाँ छोड़ के हिमालय चले जाएं. वो वाले डिस्कोर्स में हम नहीं हैं. हम उस सत्य के लिए हम नहीं आए हैं यहाँ पे. और उस सत्य को लेकर हम कंफ्यूज नहीं हैं. ये जो दुनियादारी है इसके बहुत सारे अगले अलग अलग पहलू हो सकते हैं जो मधु कह रही हैं. जो सही क्या है, जो सबसे अधिकतम सही क्या है, क्योंकि सूचना तो कोई और नियंत्रित कर रहा है ना. वो खजाना तो किसी और के कुशन के नीचे है. अब वहाँ से जो छन के आ रही है तो उसकी मल्टीप्लिसिटी, वेरासिटी, इन सब चीज़ों की बात हो रही है. अब सत्य पे इतना ना टंग जाएं कि फिर बाबा जी ही समझा पाएंगे सत्य क्या है. हम तो नहीं समझा पाएंगे.
No,
The point is that you go on
mocking at truth.
No. Kalpesh, I just want to pause
I have
you.
no issues because
I want to pause you for one moment because I want to ask. I mean, I've
this,
to
this
bring
is a
Nigel.
debate. This can be a never-ending
Sure.
debate.
It can
the
be.
point
तो
is
क्या
you go
सत्य की बात
on
करेंगे तो डिबेट कहाँ से अंत
just step back
बुद्ध से
altogether.
शुरू होंगे
Okay,
कहीं
hold
और
on.
पहुँच जाएंगे.
Okay, Kalpesh and
it's a never-ending
Ravi,
debate.
and Raghu, I'm going to come to you in a second. We have
But
to
I
bring-
stand for it.
Sure, and I think also you were seeing
But
social
would there be
media.
anyone
Madhu-
in the floor who would say, I don't stand for truth? It's everyone's own
Sure,
truth.
but
They
and
all
also
stand
you're
for
seeing
truth.
social
their
media
freedom of expression.
as a leveler.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Just one second. And also we're
Sorry.
seeing social media as a sort of leveler in that sense. But we need to bring sort of back to the focus of this, Nigel, and this is where you come in, away from the news debates. What McLuhan was also saying is that we don't necessarily look at the social consequences of new technology. And he brings in sort of, when you're talking about automation, when that happened, people lost their jobs. That was sure that was one consequence. There were positives as well. As you work for Ford, take us through some of what you've seen as that was disruptive technology in its time.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different. I'm a car guy, but I guess working for Ford Motor Company, I'm also in the people business, right? And people business, especially as it comes to customers. And I was looking at the argument and what the debate is, and in my case, I would say the medium is the medium, but it changed the world significantly in a number of ways. So I'm going to ask everybody to go right back to the early 1900s when most of the transportation was rail and clearly on horses. And if you had have asked people about personal mobility in the early 1900s and said, how do I get from A to B faster? They would have said, I want a faster horse, right? They wouldn't have said, give me a personal motor car. And in the early 1900s, Henry Ford came up with the concept of the moving assembly line and actually created a vehicle which was low cost, high quality, that the average man or woman could afford. And importantly, in doing that, he actually paid a wage to the workers at the Ford factory that enabled them to actually be able to afford a vehicle. And that was the start of I guess, a major change in personal mobility across the United States and actually across the world. And it culminated, I guess, in it was a advertisement in the Evening Post. It was in 1925, I believe, where the headline was "Opening the Highways to All Mankind," right? So, and everyone knows what's happened since. Since then, out of every 1,000 North Americans who are eligible to drive a vehicle, there are 950 cars available to drive. So very high penetration. Almost everybody has cars. In China, it's just less than 100. In India, per 1,000 of driving eligibility, it's about 11 or 12. So I'm going to now jump you forward about 100 years, 90 years. And look at today. Today, every year across the world, 80 million vehicles are sold. In 5 years' time, that'll be 100 million vehicles a year are sold for personal mobility. If you look at the metro environments, 3.5 billion people today live in a city. And they're saying by 2050, that could double. That could be 7 billion people living in metro areas.
Well, I was going to ask you then in that case, because we were talking about this earlier, Uber and this sort of whole phenomenon has changed the game again, and it's becoming this collaborative kind of environment. You're looking at not just everyone having their own car, but...
Absolutely, and this is the important thing. Personal mobility is still important, but if you can't find a car park, it's no longer personal mobility. You're driving round and round looking for a place to park your car. And I'm sure a number of our guests had problems finding car parks today. But now we're working on technologies, the industry's working on technologies, cell technology, cell to cloud, cell to infrastructure, where a lot of cars today have radar, 360-degree radar on the vehicle. That vehicle can detect an open car park. It can actually either talk to a cloud or talk to an infrastructure within a city and actually download to people in the area looking for that park to actually go and take the park. There's all sorts of new technologies that are coming through that we will all see, not just in our lifetime, but probably in the next 5 years around smart mobility and personal solutions to keep everybody moving.
Okay. First, we need to fix the internet network in Jaipur and Delhi, but Raghu, you want to say?
I think these two conversations actually connect very interestingly. I can definitely see why journalists would not want to just bow down to the fact that, or the idea that the medium is the message. But I think to go back to what McLuhan was saying, there is a way to just simplify his argument to maybe one or two things. One being that it's just an argument for studying the media. He said this in 1964. Television was just becoming popular, and the idea that you study the technical form and the effects of the media itself rather than what's on it was still a relatively new one. And that's why it's a good thing to have Madhu Trayana on this panel, because I mean, that's what News Laundry does. It takes a step back and we look at what the effect media is having rather than on its content. The second thing is simply to question whether we are in control of what's on the new media or whether the new media is controlling what we put on there. You know, who's the boss? I think social media really raises this question in a very intense way. I think the sting operation was a very good example, because the question is, did Tehelka or anyone equivalent invent and choose the hidden camera? Or once the hidden camera existed, did the new rules of social affairs and social interactions change? I mean, it happened to be Tehelka. It would have been someone else. It changed the way images are going to transmit between confidential places and a very large public. And that's the basic idea. It also connects to what Mr. Harris is saying, which is that I wouldn't depict this expansion in cars as being something driven only by consumer desire and everyone's personal desire to have a car, though that's a real thing. Once this medium exists and once it has a certain scale, you don't have a choice but to have a car, and that becomes clearer and clearer in Indian cities. So the question is, how do we look at the way we are being controlled by media and its messages, and in those situations,
And
whether
then
you
as-
want truth, how much
Sure.
you're interested in truth is important,
Yeah.
but it's not always.
But that's, a very good point you bring, because then as curators of the news, and, sitting here on this stage with you all, Ravish, also a lot of channels, a lot of newspapers are looking to crowdsource news, right? I mean, you're doing programs based on what, you'll tweet your audience to say, tell us what you want to see, we'll make a
But you
news.
see, it's
Yeah.
this is the thing that there are two aspects to this. One is that Twitter, for example, gives the impression that you have a voice, and it's wonderful in one sense, because for me personally, because then I have access to people who I would normally never come into contact with, extreme viewpoints, political perspectives, which you normally don't come across, and you disagree with them, you get beaten for it, you get abused for it, and all that kind of thing. You've got to have a real thick skin. But one of the problems with Twitter is it's also it's illusionary. It really is an illusion, because as we've seen in all the protests that have taken place around the world, whether it's Tahrir Square or Occupy New York or in Hong Kong or in London, all those protests have taken place with the idea to make a change in the power paradigm. And Twitter was used extensively to organize, but it did not lead to any change in any power paradigm. This 1% still owns half the wealth of the world. So this kind of thing where we're embracing that Twitter is we can send messages, we can organize, we can protest, we can have a revolution. Not quite.
Yeah.
It hasn't quite worked out that way.
And especially for us, it's very, it's not balanced at all, right? I mean, the people you're talking to, they're still not necessarily like representative
and
of your...
to Kalpesh, I would say that, I'm just suggesting that when a family sits down in the evening, they put on the television because of habit, an ingrained thing that we will watch television this evening, regardless of what one person might want to watch the news, or another person might want to watch soap. But what he was saying was the medium is controlling you or guiding you or interfering in your life, and you're interacting with it. And what is of concern, that what we are seeing is with this propaganda of technology and electronic messages, where we're shouted at on a television, where instead of journalists working towards some kind of peaceful harmony between our neighbors, have become jingoistic wars and battles, which is pure entertainment and fun, but really not great in terms of policy or in terms of good journalism or whatever. And I think that this is where one has to decide where one can take this medium, and whether you can use it usefully or whether you can just be used by it.
That's a good point. She's looking at me when she's talking about TV journalists, but I've quit, so we're going to talk to Ravish, who's also, you've been skeptical though also, of Twitter. And incidentally, Raghu, you're quiet on, you do a lot of reading.
I'm analytical.
Analytical. Madhu, also you don't tweet beyond, you said a couple of hours a day or something. I think you went on there once and said.
I tweet a couple of hours a
You said
day.
you give yourself a time limit.
15 minutes.
Oh, really?
15 minutes
See,
is
my
my
attention
limit.
span is not even.
And 15 minutes
Wow.
of late only, I haven't tweeted in 2 weeks, I think.
15 minutes,
Except for
Raghu?
thank you.
मधु,
You don't
आपकी
tweet
बात
us.
से मैं थोड़ा जस्ट ऐड करना चाहता हूँ कि जैसे आपने स्टिंग का उदाहरण दिया, तो एक मीडियम आया, लेकिन फिर बाद में उसको पूरा डिस्क्रेडिट कर दिया गया, उस मैसेज को पूरा एक सिस्टम में डाल
That's
के
an
आज कोई नहीं
excellent point, because it was the
उसी तरह
medium
से
that was
ट्विटर जब आया,
disturbing. It was a disruptor.
या ट्विटर को भी उसी तरह से, अब देखिए ट्विटर इज फिनिश्ड, आप इस इल्यूजन में हैं कि आप उससे डेमोक्रेटिक हो रहे हैं, वो जी हमसे मिले बड़ा अच्छा लगा है ना, उन्होंने हमारे काम की बड़ी तारीफ की, 2 लोगों का फोटो चला आता है, तो वो सारा अब चीज़ ऑर्गेनाइज हो चुका है. जो व्हाट हैरिस साहब हैज टोल्ड, mobility comes at a price, sir. Mobility doesn't mean equality. In same train, I come from Bihar. It's a very populated state and very highly intellectually active state, and so there is a festive season called Chhat Puja. We all go by train to Bihar, to our home, to perform this puja. In the same train, there are 4 kind of realities. I am sitting in the AC3 or AC2, but my fellow Biharis are packed in the 2 bogies of rail. So speed might be same, but the pleasure of journey is definitely not same, sir. It's not same. So you would like to convince me with
Einstein's relativity to Ravish's relativity.
data about people having so many millions of cars doesn't explain many things beyond a point, because there are many millions who cannot afford to board in a train, board in a flight. So this mobility, by its habit or by its tendency, because it's controlled by some venture capitalist or some business, whatever. I'm not CPM kind of, मतलब फिर भी. लेकिन उससे होता ये है कि सबको उसमें हिस्सेदारी तो मिलती नहीं ना, सबको उसमें हिस्सेदारी नहीं मिलती. Yes, sir.
So that's exactly right, and I actually want
Exactly wrong.
Right.
Right.
Right. I'm agreeing with you.
I'm happy to be wrong, sir.
So about 6 weeks ago, our current chairman, Bill Ford, was in Dubai. And he actually said in one of his presentations, he said all of his life, he's been figuring out how to sell more cars and trucks, most of his adult life. But he said more recently, he's more figuring out where all of these cars and trucks are going to go. And he talks and represents the companies in a number of different areas that actually still meet the basic need of mobility or personal mobility, but it's not going to be just cars. It's going to be a high-speed rail. It's going to be anything that actually moves people around the most convenient way possible, because at some point, cars will reach a saturation, absolutely. So I think there's no disagreement there. At some point, it stops.
No.
The trip to Bihar sounds like fun, by the way.
It's changing, but the problem, the reality of inequality doesn't change with advent of any technology. Maybe proportion can change, proportion may change, but the reality doesn't change, sir.
But those basic...
See, if you make a world-class ambulance here, but there is no road, there is no road.
That's right. But if you have personal
कहाँ
mobility...
ले जाऊँ अस्पताल में यहाँ? लोग सड़क पे गाड़ी नहीं देते हैं.
Yeah, I agree.
So many things interact with the technology. So do we have a culture to take our car side? कि ठीक है भाई वो एम्बुलेंस वाले जा रहे हैं. So technology is not the ultimate answer.
But it does enable people to go to jobs, right? And gets people to employment and to do other things.
Yeah.
Right?
So you need a holistic view, I guess.
Well, I mean, let's...
I'm just adding some perspective.
Yes.
I think you're adding a very important perspective.
Proprietor of Satya. So Satya is my editor.
But I want to ask Ravishji about a technology that's not cars, because cars are an example of a technology that definitely create inequality even as they possibly mitigate it. But cell phones, I think, might be the technology that we should talk about even more than Twitter, if I dare say so. And I think arguably cell phones have introduced a level of equality. They've really introduced, maybe they're the new railway in a sense. There's accessibility, they're affordable, they provide a kind of escape and mobility for people, even in very remote parts of India, even in neglected parts of India. At the same time, the example that came straight to my mind, and I won't go too deep into it, but some of you might remember that 2 years ago, around Independence Day, in Bangalore, there was a very strange and mystifying event that occurred, which was that suddenly thousands of residents from the northeast flooded into the Bangalore Central Station and were desperately trying to get out of town. And the news picked up on this well behind the curve, and the police were even further behind, and no one knew exactly what was going on. Eventually, special trains were organized. There was a lot of sort of political tamasha, and thousands of people did just leave town in a panic. And it became clear, mainly through journalists, that what was that somehow this was in the context of the Kokrajhar riots and in the context of these attacks on Rohingya Muslims, which had led to that out of control agitation in Bombay, that messages were being transmitted at this kind of supercharged velocity within networks, within social networks essentially, of young northeastern people who are living as young migrants and students in Bangalore. And it was suddenly possible, and this is a way in which the medium sort of dictated what was happening. It was suddenly possible for these messages, which were essentially stoking panic, to travel very far and very fast and possibly hit up the phone or the device of every young northeasterner before the police were even tipped off, before the news realized that there were these threats. The threat never materialized. In fact, the threat was that after Ramzan, it was Ramzan going on then, the threat was that after Ramzan there was going to be a lot of violence and that northeasterners were going to be targeted. Nothing like that happened, and it turned out that these were threats that were mobilized and stoked and were just functioning on a medium.
Yeah. It gave them access to so many
Yeah,
people. And we're seeing this with
and
riots.
we did not
as well.
understand how that medium was working in that particular context.
And last year we
until
saw
suddenly
these,
this crisis
with the
occurred.
riots as well, right? You're
What it
stoking.
exposed at that time, most importantly, was that if a medium is misused,
Yeah.
our government at that time had no understanding on how to cope with it. So instead of using the medium to send
To counter.
messages to counteract
Sure.
and reassure the northeastern
They blocked
people,
SMS.
they used that opportunity to block Twitter handles that were anti-Congress. They blocked websites.
Yeah.
They went on a rampage on just clamping down, and that was when that section 66A
Yeah.
was added,
Yeah.
that if anyone posted anything annoying, embarrassing, irritating, flimsy things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And since then, people, as you know, have been arrested. 2 girls
The
posted on
yeah,
Facebook and
sure.
many others. So I think that this showed that if one part of the country is understanding the medium and using it, and in many ways, technology, particularly in rural areas and NGOs, is being used in hugely positive ways.
Sure.
If the government in power does not understand how to use these new mediums, we will be in big trouble.
Or
Because
understand too well, because you're seeing, when some of the sort of
no,
riots.
they don't understand too well, Amita, because look what happened today in Times of India. Arun Jaitley writes this full-page reassurance to journalists and media that you have freedom of speech. Even if the emergency Article 352 was to be passed, we could not control you because now you have the internet. But on the front page of Times of India, there was the new censor board chief who says, why should I only censor films? I should censor television also, and all those fashion shows that show bodies.
Yeah.
And also, why stop at that? I should censor the net. And his INB minister just said that you can't control the internet. It's impossible to control. So you've still got pockets
Yeah,
of people
no,
who
sure.
don't understand.
And also, I think, that goes with what Ravish was saying earlier about attitudes being propagated. You don't have control over it. Can be negative as well. You're saying it's positive, it can be negative. What Raghu's talking about cell phone penetration, it's no surprise that most companies worldwide, corporates now, India is the destination, right? Because they want to get into. But should we open this up to questions?
जैसे एक छोटा सा
Sure.
example
But I want to see some hands for questions because we're running out of
के
time.
कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आजकल देखिएगा कि बाहर जो मूंगफली बेचता है वो अब ढिबरी गायब है वहाँ से, तो चीन की वो LED लाइट आ जाती है। तो एक टेक्नोलॉजी चेंज हो गया है, मीडियम बदल गया है। कभी उससे पूछिएगा कि आपकी लाइफ की रियलिटी भी बदली है क्या, तो उससे पता चलेगा। और इसलिए ना उस पर्सपेक्टिव से भी देखिए हर चीज़ को, है ना। जैसे देखिए आपकी किस्मत आगरा वालों जैसी तो है नहीं, उनको 3 घंटे का डिटॉक्स होने का टाइम मिलेगा टेक्नोलॉजी से, है ना। तो 3 घंटे के लिए अब वो आज़ादी है कि नहीं, वो किस फ्रीडम ऑफ डिबेट में आती है, लेकिन मैं तो अभी सोच रहा हूँ उनका भला हो रहा है, डिटॉक्स कर लेंगे थोड़ा सा।
I love the way Ravish always brings us back to, we could go on forever, but I know many of you have questions, so let's just open this up. There's one gentleman there.
I have 2 questions. I'll be very brief. First is there a necessity to create a dichotomy between the medium and the message? Can't we just say that it's a continuum where I'm placed, it decides whether something is a medium for me or a message for me. For example, as a news consumer, the news might be a message for me, but maybe for Ravish it can be just a medium, or vice versa. The second thing, just very briefly, is that if we say that the medium is the message, isn't it very dangerous because the medium is not controlled equally, at least in a society like India. So is there a mechanism with which we can create a combined ownership of the medium so that if it converts into a message, it can be a more equitable message?
Who is your question? Who are your questions? Everyone?
Yeah, for everyone.
Okay, very
Madhu,
quickly then. Madhu?
Rohan and Ravish. Like anyone.
हम तो बोल ही रहे हैं
Oh no, Kalpesh needs to speak. Kalpesh should go way in. Madhu, want to go first, then Kalpesh maybe can.
Let Kalpesh
And
up
Raghu.
दो चीज़ें इसमें बहुत साफ साफ, जो आपका सेकंड क्वेश्चन है वो तो क्लियर ही है, वो तो मैं कह ही रहा हूँ कि बहुत डेंजरस है, लेकिन इनइक्वलिटी की कोई बात नहीं इसमें इसलिए नहीं है, इनइक्वलिटी इसलिए इशू नहीं है कि इंडिया में या बाहर सब जगह ये तो कंट्रोल्ड कॉर्पोरेट कंट्रोल्ड है, या जो मीडिया हाउसेज ने कंट्रोल किया है, या जो भी इसको चला रहे हैं उन्हीं के पास वो रहेगा। लेकिन इंटरनेट इज़ अ ग्रेट लेवलर जो इंसान ने खड़ा किया है, और वहाँ पर वो ग्रेट लेवलर का सीधा सा मतलब ये है कि हर आदमी को अपनी बात कहने के लिए अब कोई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलप नहीं करना है, किसी लोकेशनल एडवांटेज का उसको फ़ायदा नहीं उठाना है, और दुनिया के हर आदमी तक पहुँचने का उसमें साहस है और पूरा फ्रीडम है।
देखिए, ये एक मिथ है जो आप कह रहे हैं कि इंटरनेट इज ए ग्रेट लेवलर। इंटरनेट एक दूसरी धरती है सर। क्या इस धरती पर हम होने के कारण सब बराबर हैं क्या?
दिस इज योर ओपिनियन, दिस इज नॉट
मैं उसमें काउंटर कर रहा हूँ।
आई विल डेफिनेटली ट्राई टू से माय ओपिनियन, एंड आई डोंट थिंक दिस इज अ टीवी शो गोइंग ऑन।
नो 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 नो।
I think one basic
Or is there?
तो यही तरीका है कि जो डिवाइसेस की बात आपने कही कि दोनों डायकोटोमी वाला कोई इशू नहीं है, कंटेंट किसी भी तरह से किसी भी लेवल पे कंप्रोमाइज किया ही नहीं जा सकता। मुझमें साहस नहीं है, मैं नहीं बचा पा रहा हूं, इसलिए मैं कहने लगूं कि नहीं साहब डिवाइसेस को भी बराबर रख लीजिए, ये गलत है।
सर,
मैं कमजोर हूं इसलिए मैं ऐसी बात कर रहा हूं।
सर, मैं आपके जवाब का एक सवाल का जवाब देना चाहता हूँ। इफ यू एवर ट्राई टू लिव विदाउट डाइकोटमी, यू वुड नेवर बी एबल टू नो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन इनसाइड एंड आउटसाइड। आप जिस घर में रहते हैं वो एक डाइकोटमी है, आपने जो कपड़ा पहना हुआ वो भी एक डाइकोटमी है। पॉसिबल नहीं है सर। मैसेज कैन नॉट बी द मीडियम, मीडियम कैन नॉट बी द मैसेज। अगर ये होगा तो मैं ही हो सकता है कि मैसेज बन जाऊं, ऐसा इवेंट बन के कंट्रोल कर लूं कि चारों तरफ मैं ही दिखूं, तब।
Now we know what's happening on NDTV India today.
I think that
नहीं, मैं नहीं दिखता
I
ज्यादा।
know.
मैंने
Actually,
डिटॉक्स कर
I-
लिया
Raghu and
टीवी से
Madhu,
अपने आप को।
Madhu and
I think it's a great question. I think it's a thought through question.
Yes, good question.
And yeah, it's a good question. And I think that it really, what you're saying, should it be this or that? I think at any given moment for any person, it could be either this or that. It could be the medium is the message, and maybe the message is the most important thing at another time for even the same person. I don't think there's any hard and fast rule in this, and I don't think there should be. Sometimes you put on your device just because you're free and you just want to see what's going on. Sometimes you put on your device because you know the Prime Minister is making a speech. So then the message is more important to you. So I don't think you should worry about it.
Sometimes you put on your device because the smartest engineers and designers in the world have designed a device to make you want to put it on. So I think that
And with the
the useful
propaganda
takeaway from this is
to make you do it.
keep your eye on what the design and the structure of the medium is. Don't just focus on the message. The message will change. There'll always be a Swami Agnivesh. There's always someone like, there's always some content hitting you. But what might be worth focusing and learning about, and you mentioned the ownership of the media, that's obviously crucial for understanding what this content is. And we all need to be paying attention to what the design of the medium is,
Yeah.
and then we'll learn a lot, I think.
Sure, because
I
we also
think
say we're
one
always
thing
being
I'd just like
manipulated,
to
right? So
add-
be aware of that.
Sorry,
Go
I
ahead.
Read
just like-
News Laundry.
I'd like
And buy my book while we're at it. Okay, there's another
The best
question.
thing is the reader. Biggest thing is the reader,
do
the
like to
viewer,
add-
the listener.
Yes.
I'd like to add
They
one
decide
thing.
each and everything.
Sure,
And
quickly,
that
we
is
have one more.
That is
Yeah.
the
Just-
thing which the internet has given.
I'd like to add one line.
नहीं, मुझसे मत
when
पूछो, हो गया।
when my
Madhu, one line, there's another question.
उसके बाद मेरे बुक लॉन्च में फिर आइएगा, मुझसे मत पूछो।
Guys, one sec. Madhu, your line.
I want to add
One sec, please hold on for the mic.
I want to add
We'll get to
one
you.
line that I think a very simple message which actually I used to tell my kids when they were small, when they watched commercials on television. Every time a commercial would come on, I'd say they're trying to capture your mind because they want you to say, "Ma, when you go into a store, I want this," but you will only buy what you need. So I say that about news today. I say that about all the technological propaganda that tells you to buy better and bigger devices. I say don't let them capture your mind. let the message be yourself and let the medium be yourself.
Sure. Nice. But buy Amrita's book after this
selfie
session.
ने तो capture
There's
कर
a
लिया
second, Shavisha, there's a second question.
Hi all.
Yes.
My
Who is your question to?
My question is actually to everyone over there,
Oh, wow.
individually or a collective thought, if it is possible.
I don't think that's going to
We've
happen.
been saying and we've been discussing Twitter and possibly even Facebook, individual interactions. To what extent, and crowdsourcing is an obvious global phenomena, to what extent can we use crowdsourcing through Twitter and Facebook to actually cause some serious social change? And I'm talking about policy level changes, I'm talking about reforms being introduced. A reference to
Okay.
context, let's say reorganizing the domestic help sector.
Wow.
Well, I have a personal experience of how the Twitter, what is a polite word to call? Well, Narendra Modi promised me an interview. There were a series of 6 interviews to be done on NDTV just before the election, the voting started. And a Twitter campaign started because some people felt that I was the wrong person and not a follower enough of Narendra Modi to be granted that interview. I see myself as neutral, if such a thing is possible. And the Twitter bandwagon actually was successful in blocking my interview, and Narendra Modi listened to them. That's how powerful it can be. But on the other hand, there is the case that if you take it too seriously, you see all the flops that have happened where you think the world is going to change in all parts of the world, and it hasn't.
Yeah. So Nigel wanted to say something on this, Facebook.
I was just going to say, similar sort of experience, but if you think about what's happening on Facebook, and you think about every day when you go and have a look, there's groups to, save cats, save dogs, save humans, overthrow governments. There's all these sort of things happening every day, and you get a little bit of commentary that you see about it, but there's so many causes that are happening. I think the readers are selecting what they're looking at and going with what they feel is important, right? So I'm not sure it's got that ability to really build up that groundswell.
I don't want to hog this, but News Laundry is actually crowdsourcing. We don't take ads on principle.
Yeah.
We don't take, it's only on subscription, and without any affiliation. We want to stay away from corporates and any political parties, and trying to maintain this only through crowdsourcing.
Okay.
So if any of you want to go on and, okay.
Okay, well done. That message is
Subscribe.
out there. There's a quick.
रवि जी से पूछना चाहूँगा, माफ़ी चाहूँगा सर, एक जवाब है।
कितना जवाब देगा? कोई ज्ञानी है क्या?
सर, आप क्या हो सर, जनता जानती है, मुझे बताने की जरूरत नहीं है। पंकज श्रीवास्तव जी का रेफरेंस लेके कहना चाहूँगा सर, मीडियम कंट्रोल था या पूरा मैसेज ही कंट्रोल हो गया?
इसका तो पूरी सच्चाई तो मालूम नहीं है ना।
फिर भी
तो फिर जो आपके हिस्से आई है उसी को लेकर हम धारणा बनाते रहेंगे। दोनों का तो सच्चाई मालूम नहीं है।
There's a young lady here in front as well on the right.
रवीश जी, आई वांट टू से यू दैट आपने अभी बोला कि मीडियम को अपन मैसेज नहीं कह सकते या मैसेज को मीडियम नहीं कह सकते हैं, तो अकॉर्डिंग नहीं, अभी बीच के अंदर एक बार आपने बोला था कि अगर अपन मीडियम ही मैसेज हो जाएगा या मैसेज ही मीडियम हो जाएगा तो सब कुछ उल्टा पुल्टा हो जाएगा, लाइक दैट। एंड मधु जी भी बीच में बोल रहे थे कि अपने को ये अल्टीमेटली लाइक मैं एक चीज़ बोलना चाहती हूँ, अगर अभी फेसबुक नहीं होता, आज से 7-8 साल पहले मैं जैसी हूँ मैं वैसी नहीं होती। अभी मैं चाहती हूँ कि मैं अपने पोस्ट किसी भी चीज़ के बारे में इधर फॉर एनी सोशल
8 साल में ऐसी क्या हो गई हैं जो वैसी नहीं थी?
क्या हो गई हैं? Have you been on?
By medium,
घर का सारा एल्बम निकाल के जो तकिए के नीचे होता था फेसबुक पे डाल देने से क्या हो गया?
By medium we change our thinking.
बच्चे, have you been on करोड़पति
वही तो मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि क्या हो गई?
Have you been on करोड़पति कौन बनेगा?
Okay.
Have you been on करोड़पति कौन बनेगा? सीधा करोड़पति कौन बनेगा winner?
Oh wow.
Yes.
Really?
बिहेवियरल चेंज जो होता है ना, वो तो एक स्कूल में जाने में, इधर बोर्डिंग स्कूल में जाने से थोड़ा सा बदल जाता है।
Yes.
How do you know these?
Okay, sorry.
नहीं,
we'll
change
have to
हुआ है,
take the
definitely
next.
change हुआ है।
We have to take the next question. Sorry, go ahead.
We should get
ये
it on
सारा
the
मामला
panel.
एंगेजमेंट का है कि
अब मैं मेरी आदत है जो नहीं हुआ है वही मैं
engage
ज्यादा
कर रहे
बोलता हूँ, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि कुछ नहीं हुआ है।
Okay, guys, we only have a few more minutes. One more question, perhaps.
My
Who is your
question is for Mr. Harris.
Mr. Harris.
I think at the cost of broadening this debate a little bit, the one aspect where medium and message have really converged today
I believe is the understanding that technology, just to move beyond the technology that relates to communications, but technology in general being a medium, and the message being development and better standard of living, or a shot at a better life, etc. Like that is perhaps the one conjuncture where the medium and the message is the same, because everybody tends to believe in it, that better technology leads to better standard of life. Having said that, I'm looking at, say, certain, say a German car company which has a factory in Germany, and because of local domestic, liabilities, etc., employs many more workers there, and actually shies away from the latest technology in its own home ground, but comes and invests in India, where it's has absolutely no qualms about going for full automation and actually not empowering people through jobs, etc., which is the larger message of this whole medium. Right. So what do you have to say about that, considering that the whole idea of technology and a good life is such a big message in the world today?
So, if we're talking about, can you hear me okay? If you're talking about manufacturing broadly, or even automotive specifically, even if you've got a high level of automations, for every one person that's employed in the automotive industry, there's another 20 jobs that's associated with it, from the OEM to suppliers and to transport and logistics and so on. So you're still creating employment, and you're still creating that middle class and that desire to improve your life. And regardless of levels of automation, you're going to see that, and you're generating a good, and you're creating a value and some worth. So I don't think that's an issue. I actually think we should encourage as much investment as we possibly can. We're way off the subject, I know. But,
I just think the way everyone here has their own agenda and message for this crowd.
That's
One
right.
last question. There's a young lady in the front.
I actually have a very fundamental question. How can the medium be the message when that same medium is being used to put forward so many different messages?
मेरे पास इसका जवाब है। वो ये कि ये इतना कॉम्प्लेक्स सब्जेक्ट है कि एमफिल और पीएचडी वाले भी गड़बड़ा जाते हैं इसका थीसिस लिखने में। और अच्छी बात है कि अभी किसी ने यहाँ पर रेमंड विलियम्स के बारे में जिक्र नहीं किया। ये कॉम्प्लिकेटेड प्रोसेस है पूरा समझने के लिए। मुझे नहीं लगता कि हम सब ने एक छोटा छोटा हिस्सा अपने अपने उदाहरणों से देकर बताने की कोशिश की है, पर अच्छा है कि ज़्यादातर लोग इस चीज़ के बारे में सोचें। और जब आप इस चीज़ के बारे में सोचेंगे तो आप क्या जानना चाहेंगी? जैसे वो कह रही थी कि मैं ऐसी हूँ जो वैसी नहीं थी। दरअसल ये समझना पड़ेगा कि आप क्या बदल गई हैं और क्या नया आ गया है, क्या नया नया जानती हैं, जो वो जानती हैं वो सही है कि नहीं है। तो ये बहुत सारा एक कॉम्प्लेक्स इशू है, एकेडमिक्स का एक टॉपिक है, बहुत डिबेटेबल टॉपिक है। इस थ्योरी को बहुत चैलेंज किया गया है कई तरीके से। Amrita.
Okay. Well, I mean, thank you so much for all these wonderful questions. We're completely out of time. You can try and tweet them. Madhu has a 15-minute window. Raghu's kind of on Twitter. Kalpeshi is going to share, not on Twitter at all. And Ravish, but thank you all so much. Thank you for this.
मैं तो यही हूँ, मेरा तो अभी वो किताब।
Come for his exactly. Sorry, come for his book launch. Book launch. Buy my book. Buy a Ford. Truth is one. Watch News Laundry. Buy Raghu's book in June. I think that covers it. Thank you guys so much.